Aloha, I'm King Martin. Before we dive into the seven universal principles of truth, I want to clear the fog around a bigger idea, one that's been dressed up in rumors, fear, and theatrics for centuries. So, here's the premise: what people called forbidden was never about worship, it was a map, a code, a mirror. It pointed to a process of transformation, one that either liberates or destroys, depending on how honest you're willing to be with yourself. Now, I'm talking about the work we do inside, integrating opposites, lighting the mind without burning the heart, dissolving what no longer serves, and rebuilding on what's true. And that's it. That's the dangerous knowledge. Think of it like this: the horns and halo drama, that's just stage design. The real message is balance. The real test is responsibility. The real power is integration. I learned the hard way that most people are scared of integration. It's easier to label things as good me, bad me, sacred, unholy. That's logic, that's intuition. But life doesn't move in straight lines, it breathes in paradox. Every tradition worth its salt points to the same law: wholeness lives where opposites meet, strength with tenderness, discipline with compassion, strategy with spirit. When you stop trying to amputate half your nature, your energy stops leaking. You become precise, grounded, magnetic. And that is not rebellion, that is maturity. You've seen a torch drawn over a brow 1,000 times in different cultures. It's the same symbol: awareness, consciousness, not a light from out there, a light you awaken from within. Awareness is fire, and fire can warm a home or burn it down. Handle it well, you're clear. Handle it recklessly, well, you're scorched. The difference is character. If you've ever had an aha that changed how you move, how you love, how you spend, how you speak, you felt that flame. It wasn't mystical, it was honest. There's a five-pointed shape people love to argue about. Strip away the noise, and it's simply a reminder. The human being is a temple when aligned: head, hands, feet, spirit running through matter, all that matters. Matter serving spirit, upright, we're coherent. Inverted, we betray ourselves. Most of us flip back and forth all week. Alignment is a practice, not a costume. Stand tall, breathe, feel your posture widen. You are the geometry you've been searching for. Here's the real formula of transformation in plain language: dissolve what isn't true, recombine what is. You've lived this. You ended the relationship that kept you small. You left the job that kept you numb. That messy middle, when everything's pulled out of the closet and dust is in the air, that's dissolve. The quiet rebuild with only what belongs, that's coagulate. We don't grow by collecting more, we grow by refining what already is. People call this forbidden, not because it's evil, but because it demands courage. Integration exposes the parts of you you've been hiding from: your pride, your fear, your appetites, your gifts. If you refuse the work, the shadow runs you from behind. If you accept the work, the shadow becomes fuel. Either way, there's a cost. Choose your receipt. I'm a Maui boy with big ambitions and scars to match. I'm building a life from this ground up, writing books, launching this channel, stacking discipline on little sleep, making mistakes, getting back up. I don't have time for fake power. I want what works. And what works is simple: integrate your opposites, light your awareness, dissolve the lie, rebuild on truth. That's the map, not a mascot, not a myth to argue about, but a method to live. Now, if you felt something open while I was talking, good, because the seven universal principles of truth is going to give us language and structure for this inner technology. The 7 universal principles of truth are not dogma, they're operating laws. When you understand them, you stop moving by accident. You start moving with precision. So here's where we're going next in the series. Mentalism. Everything begins in the mind. Correspondence. Patterns repeat across levels. Learn one and unlock many. Vibration. Nothing rests. Shift your state. Shift your life. Polarity. Opposites are degrees of the same thing. Master the spectrum. Rhythm. Tides in, tides out. Learn to surf the swing. Cause and effect. Stop being a leaf. Become a force. Gender. The generative dance within all things. Create on purpose. If you're ready to stop treating wisdom like a costume and start treating it like a craft, you're in the right place. Subscribe, hit the bell, and drop a comment with the one line that hit you hardest today. Your insight might be the sentence someone else needed to hear. Aloha.